Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Chief Brown Mende is an elderly man, and I am an Ishakiri man. I am not just a Ishakiri man, I grew up in the palace. My father, as you probably know, was originally the second Olu of Warri for 35 years. My father trained me to show respect to elderly people. So I'm not going to engage in any fisticuffs with Brown Mene. I'm not going to say anything that will sound insulting to him, because he's by far my senior. But let me just say this. In 2021, I, Prince Yemi Emiko, I took the lead in the activities that suspended Ayiri Mami from being a noble sheriff and appointed Yashere as acting chairman of the Warri Council of Chiefs. That singular action paved the way for the current Olu to mount the throne. So if Brown Mene is saying that I, as a prince, or princes in Warri Kingdom, don't have a say, then automatically he is saying that everything we did at that time is illegal. So I know that he's going to deny that statement. He's going to say it was misquoted. But let us just wait and see how that shakes out. But frankly, I'm not going to bandy words with Brown Mene, on whichever level. Well, by statement. And as you know, the matter is already in court. Right? We took certain actions. And I'm not sitting here to tell you that every action we took at the time was 100% correct or legal. Because we have a law that regulates, that governs succession processes in Warri Kingdom. And the law is very clear. Alright? We took certain steps, certain actions, in the hope that when the Olu emerges, the Shakiri will sit down and look at the provision of that law and see how best we can tinker with it to be in compliance. Because as it is today, we are leaving ourselves open. I mean, the matter is in court already. And it's sub judice. I don't want to get too deep into all of that. But frankly, when elders like Chief Brown Mene comes out to be saying this type of things, it leaves a lot of sour taste in my mouth. Because frankly, I expect elders like him to take actions and say things that will bring people together, that will bring the kingdom together, and not to further tear us apart. People like him have surrounded the Olu in the palace there, misleading the young man, misguiding him, and look at where we are today. And you wake up and say things that fueling and stoking the fire. It's a shame. I feel really broken-hearted to see things like this happening when we thought that elders like him are the ones who should be sitting down to bring people together, to be telling the Olu that, look, we don't need all this crisis. I mean, the Olu should not come and preside over a divided kingdom. Far from it. I don't want that, and I'm sure the Olu doesn't want that himself. But unfortunately, we have all these kinds of people who are sitting with him, and they are the ones who see him daily. And God forbid, if the crisis comes, Brown Mene will pick his bag and leave town. He doesn't have any stake here. He has no house, no nothing here. He will just pick up his bag and leave. And then the rest of us will be here to face the smoke. God forbid.
Otu e kongi
Well, frankly, I went there to hear firsthand from that old man. Because I've heard all kinds of things, I've seen all kinds of video clips. So that day, for me, was an opportunity to just sit. I went there like an observer just to sit and hear this man talk. And frankly, I was surprised at the astuteness of the brilliance, the alertness of the man, even at his age. Without any prompting whatsoever, the man just started talking, lecturing us. Lecturing some of us who had ears on that day to hear. The man said something that they are not fighting the Olu, that they don't have anything against you. Go and listen. I don't know how much of Ishekiri you understand. Go and listen to that video clip again. Go and watch it. He said the Olu on his throne and the Olu family don't have any beef with him. But that why is the Olu trying to destroy their own family? That there's a process for nominating and installing Olu. That all they are saying is that the Olu. So I went there to hear firsthand from that old man. And I came out feeling a little better with myself that I actually went there. Because frankly, the Olu, yes, all the chieftaincy titles belong to the Olu. There's no argument about that. But there are some titles that are family titles, and therefore the family must recommend somebody before the Olu can then install. The Olu has a right to say, if you nominate, you can say, no, I don't want this. You keep nominating until he agrees with your nominee. Alright, so the Olu title is one of such titles. The Yashere, the Owangwe, the Ojomo, the Oshodi, even the Udefi. Alright, we have some of these titles that indeed are family titles. So I went there and I heard the man say, the Olu can suspend the chief if he wants. He can, but when the chief is still alive, you suspend him. He's not dead. You now say you replace him and put somebody. I've never heard it. And frankly, this is the fourth Olu to the glory of God that I've had to see, to relate with at very close quarters. My father, as I said, was Olu. My elder brother, Godwin, who later became Atuwashi, the second, the father of this guy who's there now. And then my brother again, Ikenwali, before him now. That's number 4. And I related with all these past Olus very from the bedroom. So there's no one who is going to tell me about chieftaincy titles in Warri Kingdom. There's nobody. I'm not sure any of them they even understands what's going on in that palace as much as we do. Alright? So, but if they are not willing to listen, what can we do? So we stay away, we just watch from the sideline and pray to God that they should not destroy what all of us have come to meet here.
Ice King #1 development, transformation, Niger Delta.
Frankly, I myself was taken aback because I came in from Abuja on the Friday, April 14th, because Yemi himself called me that I should try and be at that meeting. So I said, yes, sir. And I flew down to Warri, and he demonstrated, he said a lot of things about forgiveness, and then told Yemi to come back on Sunday the 16th to revalidate his title. We have people, respectable Nigerians like Papa Ayo, who said that for thank God is an Ishekiri man, in attendance, and we all hailed him happily, and then we left, hoping that by Sunday, in fact, I got home and started to call some of my friends who had been on my neck that, this thing going on in Warri, we have to find a way to resolve it. So I called a lot of people to say, thank God, finally, we are there now at the threshold of peace. But unfortunately, he came in on Sunday, only God knows what happened, but he did what he did, and that's where we are. The rest, as they say, is now history. But let me tell you something. In philosophy, there's an area of philosophy called axiology. Axiology is nothing but the study of values and principles. Alright? And further down, you're going to have ethics and you're going to have aesthetics. Alright? The leadership we have in the security today appear to be focused on the aesthetics, the beauty of it all, the freshness, the younger part of it. You know, oh, I am in charge, I am here, people are hailing me, I'm the latest big guy in town. And then you forget the ethics side, which is about the core values, the reason the main objectives for which you were made leader. You throw all of those away and you are going around jumping all over the place thinking that is the essence of leadership. It's wrong. It's wrong. We have to retrace our steps. They can send anybody. They have created all kinds of groups on social media to be abusing people like us because they don't want you to say the truth. But at my level in life, there's nobody that can threaten me from saying the truth. And frankly, I have refrained from granting any interviews since the coronation because I didn't want to get into any tactic system, any tactic situation with anybody. But we cannot continue to keep quiet and things are like this. So we can only appeal to them, so-called wise men in the land, to have pity, have mercy on the Warri kingdom and try to guide our young king right, so that, God forbid, as they say, when the shit hits the fan, it's going to scatter in our faces.
Ice King #1. Development. Transformation. Niger Delta.
The Olu is my son. He's my nephew. He's my father now because he's sitting on the throne of my father. But by blood relationship, he's my son. Bernard is my younger brother. Would I, as a senior, sit in my house and be happy that I am not on speaking terms with my brother just because I supported and made one of our nephews king? It's been very discomforting to me and I couldn't go on like that. So if my making up with my brothers is a threat to anybody, I have no apologies. And it does not translate into withdrawing support for anybody. We are all the same family, right? And I said earlier that we did certain things that were not correct. And the proper thing to do is for the Olu to provide leadership so we can sit down around the table as a family and resolve our issues. But that is absent. So what do you want Bernard and others to do? To keep quiet in this face of total... Oh, come on, man. Don't even ask me this kind of question. Bernard is family, is my brother. Olu is my nephew, is family. We, as seniors, we have tried to provide some enabling environment for us to sit down. But the people on this side say the train has moved on. They say the train has gone. If you didn't join the train before coronation, sorry, the train has moved on. But I don't know anywhere in the world where train moves on without stopping at various stations. Even in England, that you have the underground system. Once you enter from King Cross station, you probably will stop at Old Kent. You will stop in several stations along the way before you get to your destination. So for God's sake, let nobody say the train has moved on. Let's backtrack. Let's sit down and talk. They withdrew their case from court before. I'm sure you're aware of that. In the hope, because some of us were on their neck to do that, and they did. But when this other side are not reciprocating, they thought that withdrawing their case was a weakness. So everybody now is their nose. You don't do that. You don't do that. All right. So let no one tell me that I'm going to do breakfast with my brother. No, we're going to even be more sweeter. We're going to be sweeter. We're going to be more connected because we grew up together as one family. And I don't believe that even anything should come between that beauty of family.
Ice King #1. Development. Transformation.
I think that question should be directed to the palace, not to me. Because if you ask me, I really have not committed any crime. He has not colluded. All they are saying is that the way he went about his position. Who determines how a man goes about the position and issues? Right? And he said the law, you see, in every law, I'm not a lawyer, but I know that in every law, there's what they call the letters of the law, and then you have the spirit of the law. The letter of the law is very clear. It says, this is the process. And it says, let us follow that law to the letter. Alright? And you say it's an offense, it's a crime. It's not a crime. I don't see it as a crime. Yes, I came out, I was the one who kicked that Yemi in the ass, in the hope that, as I said, after coronation, in fact, I started the reconciliation process way before coronation. But there was no name they didn't give to me. Oh, there will not be any reconciliation until after coronation. Okay, fair enough. After coronation, we started again. Some of us went to Papa. I went to Papa Ayo a couple of times, knelt down in his office to beg, to plead that he should take the lead. That we cannot have people like him as a security and things like this. Reluctantly, the man agreed. In the end, see how it's turned out. So it's not about Ayuri committing any crime. No, Ayuri, I will say this a million times, has not committed any crime against anybody in this land. All Ayuri did was stand by the law. Ayuri is not the one who wrote that law. He's not the one. But if you look at that law, Olobo Sharia is all over, it's written all over the place as the owner of the process. So he came to say, look, the way I know this thing is like this. But we did some things because we saw that this guy was popular, especially among the youth. And I called some of the elders and said, look, this is like our own NSAS protest. They want this guy, so let's try and find a way to put him on the throne. After which, we can then sit down to amend the law, to do things about putting things right. But they got their sins and then kicked everybody away. And then you see how you committed a crime. I'm yet to see what the crime is all about.
Ice King #1, development, transformation, Niger Delta.
Well, I wouldn't say so controversial. My father, as a Ridgewa II, appointed 2 Olobo Sheriffs in his time. Right? Chief J.O. Mayuku was installed as Olobo Sheriff by my father. And when he passed away, my father now installed Chief O.N. Rewane as Olobo Sheriff. And there were no controversies around it. There were no controversies at all. So I don't know where you are bringing that from. Now we have a tacky situation because of petty jealousy, envy. People hate Ayuri for who and what he represents. That's why you see situation like this. If Ayuri played ball in 2021 and said, okay, since you are one, let's go and crown him, let's do this, let's do that, will anybody say there's controversy? No, but he refused to compromise his position. He says, this is what I keep saying. Ayuri is not the one who wrote that law. He's not the one. In 2015, I was here. All the meetings with which Ikenwole was installed, they held in my house here. And we looked at the law. Why didn't we install him at the time? But in 2021, his time had come because the people say it's him they wanted. So I went to Ayuri and others and said, look, these people are saying, give us this man. So let's give them the king they want. And then we all can then sit back later to see how we can indeed work on amending this law. Alright, finally, we found a way to put in there, plus or minus Ayuri. And we are there now, surrounding himself with all these people, and nothing is happening. You know, playing games, and I don't know what games those guys are playing there with him. But me, I'm not going to be part of that, because anything that would bring this kingdom, this throne to any old job, I'm not going to be part of it. So if they like, let them go and be abusing me every day on social media. It won't change nothing, frankly. frankly, they have always been struggling for the throne. Once there's vacancy in the stool of the Oluwa, the princes who are qualified will join so. Because any good thing, people must struggle for it. But once the Olu sits on the throne, everybody they'll sheath their sword and find a way to work with the Olu. But now we have and Ayiri, Chief Ayiri Emani has never said that he has a preferred candidate other than President Olu. Quote me. Chief Ayiri does not have any other preferred candidate to Atuwase III. All he's saying is that the processes that threw him up was wrong. That's his position. So when you might meet a man of very strong principles like that, and then people say it's controversy, there's no controversy. You either do it correctly or not at all, and that is why he had approached the court to say, okay, tell me if what I did was wrong. And God forbid the court agrees with him, where are we going to put our faces? And therein lies the fear some of us have, that why wait to go all that route when we can indeed sit down and resolve these issues? So frankly, there will always be struggle for the throne, and struggle, there will be controversies once there is a vacancy. So it's not new at all. It's always been so.
Ice King #1, development, transformation.
When you make mistakes, own up to them. When you do things that are not correct, be man enough to say, this is not good. How do we get out of it? The Olu has a very big role to play in this regard. I don't know, because frankly a lot of goodwill has been squandered. When you kick somebody like Papa Ayo, well, I don't want to say too much on that. It's not a good thing. So we need to chart a course in which to all these people who are gathered around him there, he has to take a second and proper look at them to be able to know what kind of advice they are giving to him. That's one. Then I think he's already reaching out. He's reaching out. He has to do more to reach out to people and find a way to make peace in Chicago. Because all this fight is not going to help anybody. It's not. Frankly, I will tell you this. All these people who are making noise on social media, they can make noise from now to tomorrow. If Wahala starts now, you won't see any of them. That's the truth. Many of them are what you can describe as food is ready people. So basically, that peaceful path has to be properly charted. And I know that the Olu knows what to do. He knows what to do, and he has to do it very quickly.
Inside the Niger Delta,